All right, guys. How's it going? Happy Friday. Trying it different this time. So this time around, obviously I let everything fire up a little bit and then start going. I don't know that it makes much difference, but that's how we're doing it tonight. So, anyways, happy Friday. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. High Desert Music Channel. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. If you haven't, welcome to the channel. Music, as you guys know that have been here before. So Friday, we're going to talk some practice this week. What I did practice, what I'm going to practice, any progress that I kind of made, that sort of thing. That's what we're going to do. It's Friday night. Woohoo! Got the studio audience here. Got tacos handed out tonight for the guys. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. Yeah. Tacos out again tonight. So, chicken this week. For those of you guys wondering, we did chicken. I don't think you should tell those guys over there, but we're probably going to do the shrimp tacos next week. So anyway, yeah, Friday night on the show. Here we go. This week. So, you know what? I've brought it up a couple times that I wanted to work on something that I could, memorizing bass and a guitar song. And that maybe I kind of thought I wanted to do that, the same song. And the Scorpions tunes is coming on both bass and guitar. I like it. It's coming along well. But I think I'm going to add a Monty Python tune in there. Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. It's a great song. My favorite Monty Python tune, anyway. And sorry about that. So that's I'm gonna look into that and see if I can't try to manage and memorize both of those tunes, guitar and bass, over the next 3 weeks. So I'm gonna play a shitload of times. And that's going to kind of be the deal, Play the hell out of those and see how it goes. So, didn't really practice much at all this week with fingers on a bass. Played a lot of picking, a lot of picking. I did have some good movement, whatever you want to call it, with the MPK. I found a couple of sequences that I like, and then started playing around with some of the plugins, and was able to come up with, a couple of things that I really like, that I think I should be able to lay some shit over the top of it. And I got a message from Ross on one of my other videos. Ross comes through again, as usual. About the manner in which a guy should go about trying to put something together, and run a song, write a song, get something musically that works. And there's good shit there. There's good stuff that I needed to remember that he had told me that I had forgotten, that I couldn't remember, in terms of like what chords go mix well together. Which is something I kind of like to know. Just even for having that Martin in my hand and just kind of strumming along, I know I can go this chord, this chord, this chord, this chord. These three will work together and it'll sound okay. And do something, just to pass time playing and practicing chord changes. So I'm pretty, that's pretty cool. I haven't looked at it close enough to really process the whole thing. I just read it a few minutes ago. But I'll look into that and definitely take it to heart and start trying to implement that. But yeah, I did find, back to the MIDI, I did find some stuff on the MIDI where, like I said, I found some sequences that I liked, and then started to play with the plugins, right? And trade out just different sounds. Do I want a synth in there? Do I want like a drum line or an electric piano? but use the same sequence that's already there that somebody else used with a different kit, like with a drum kit or something. And so I'm trying that. That's actually leading me kind of down the right path, I think. I was able to come up with a couple by doing that. Like, oh, wow. All right, I can dig that, and I can make something out of that. That sounds good to my ear. And now it's just kind of find something else to layer on top of it. So I'm gonna work on that and see if I can't make that happen as well. Otherwise, it was a week, man. I mean, since last week, like I said on Wednesday, a couple of more pieces of the collection had to walk away, and it is what it is. Made some decisions on that front, like, you know what, if I do go back to buying it ever again, another fleet collection of guitars way too big, next time I think if I do that again, which is a high probability, high likelihood of that happening, you know what, guitars seem to be like potato chips. Guitars and basses seem to be like guitars and basses kind of seem to be like potato chips in that it is really difficult to just have one of each. It's like having one plain potato chip and one barbecue. It sucks ass. Where's the rest of the bag? Damn it! But anyway, if I am going to go that route again, and as I say, it's probably a high likelihood that I end up buying more guitars in the future and basses. I think that what I've learned from this. One of the things. Next time around, I will buy. I won't stick to the $200-$300, $150, $200, $300 guitars and basses. I will probably buy the more expensive ones, simply knowing that if I do need to sell them again for some reason, there's a whole lot more coming out on the back end when I need it. If I can afford to buy it and when I don't really need it, just kind of want it and buy it, well, great. And if I ever have to sell it because I need to, then you get a much better deal. It makes me think, if I would have ended up at a dozen guitars and basses, 13, 14, as opposed to 32, 33, and all of those were double the price, or more, then I wouldn't have had to sell them all off. Could have kept a few extras on hand, but that's all right. Such is the world. I still have the ones that are really the ones that get played the most. But that was part of the week, That's how it goes, I guess. I mean, yeah, such is the world, right? So anyway, had some good times with the MPK. I am starting to come up with stuff that I like. So I think that is, I know I've said this before, and it kind of worked out a couple of times, kind of didn't. That is, especially today, I had a couple of real big moments today, like, oh, okay, now I'm starting to grasp some of the stuff and some of the patterns and the method for doing this. And that in and of itself is hugely helpful. And it makes me far more interested, in keeping in there and going and trying to pick some more up and find some more stuff. And hopefully then, obviously I haven't put together any kind of music or anything for the show yet. We'll try to get to that. But in terms of instruments, spent a fair bit of time this week on the bass, but still with Leaving on a Jet Plane, been working on that one on the bass. That's, and as simple as that song is, it's not a hard song to play. It's not the roughest, toughest tune I've ever played, but it jumps around a little bit in the pick speed and the pattern. And it jumps in weird spots to me. It doesn't, just kind of hard to remember some of those places. And so that one I'm still kind of trying to catch up to some of those spots. I mean, I can play that song at 95% accurate every time. But there's a couple of places where I know I miss. the one, playing one still. I'm getting a whole lot better at that. That one I'm probably also getting into that 90+% correct every time. So that's, that's definitely something that I'm happy with, and I'm going to keep working at and keep pushing on that tune as well. But then, like I said, I picked up that Monty Python. I had played it on bass a couple of times a while back. And it seems like when I first played it, it was a bit above. Like, the versions that are offered of that specific song on Musician are vastly different. One, I think one's a 6 and one's like a 2. So last time around, because I liked that tune, I noticed it was there, found it, like, oh, I want to play that, and the easy one is way too easy. I was well above and beyond the capabilities to play the easy version, but hadn't quite made it to the capability of playing the really hard version yet. You guys can hear I live fairly close to the railroad tracks. I can hear it in my head. I can hear it, so I don't know if you guys can. It's half a mile away. Anyhow, so working on that Monty Python again, and I came across it on guitar, and so the guitar version that I'm doing is the full melody. I don't know that it's the hardest full version of the song in a melody only format. That's a mouthful of shit, isn't it? It's like a level 4. And it's got some spots that it jumps around at the end, especially. There's a couple spots that are tough. I haven't gotten it at all. But, that was something that's one of my favorite tunes, man. Bright Side of Life. Most of you guys probably heard that song before. Always look on the bright side of life. It's a great tune, man. Monty Python's good shit. Anyway, I am kind of pretty much determined now to memorize those, guitar and bass, and get that recorded. And so some of that stuff is starting to drive a little harder, a little deeper. Focus a little better, a little more this week, I think. Other things going on this week that I'm trying to work in and around and with, on the personal side of the world. Some of you guys know what's up, some of you don't, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it was a decent week in terms of practice. I probably got, I don't know, maybe 3 hours this week of practice time with the guitar, 3 or 4 with the bass. Some front porch playing. It's getting cool in the mornings, man. Playing on the front porch is not as comfortable and fun as it was 3 weeks ago. It's getting cold now, starting to get cold in the mornings. But, hey, that's how it is a mile up. So you live with it. You're used to it. Right now is the time I'm thinking, good Christ, I'm glad I'm not going to Aspen every day to work or back to Crested Butte, because it's damn near full on wintertime up there. I mean, if it's 45 degrees here in the morning, way up high like that, 9,000 feet, 7,000 feet, it's going to be much colder. Freezing, 35, 32, 35, it'd be pretty chilly. So, hey, but it's getting a little cold to play on the porch in the mornings. But I'm still getting my time in and still practicing. I still do tend to play the acoustics for the most part. Like, they seem to be the ones I play the most of. Whatever, they sound good to my ears right now, I guess. And they're easier, let's be honest. I mean, just pick it up, play it. No chord, no power for that one, power for this one, blah, blah, blah. And me, obviously, being the musician type and kind of needing that crutch, if you're going to play electric, then I have to have the backing track obviously loud enough to be louder than the amplifier playing the bass or the guitar. So it does add some steps. Not that that's difficult or anything like that. Please don't misunderstand. It's not that I'm bitching because it's tough or some shit. But it is a whole lot simpler to just pick up an acoustic and play it. Obviously. So those are the ones. And if I'm going to play outdoors, and that sometimes is my only practice, 45 minutes each on the front porch in the morning. If that's my only, that has been my only practice for the day a few times. Obviously, I'm not dragging amplifiers and shit like that out on the front porch at 7:15, 7:30. I don't think the neighbors would like that. So, and this one's an old topic. We haven't even brought this one up for a while, man. Still, in terms of the musician, I never got any answers. They just quit emailing me. Their quote unquote customer service team just gave up and walked away. Never did get any answers as to why I can't use their app on my tablet. Haven't bought another tablet yet. The little mini tablet that I have, it's okay. It's old and slow moving. And it's not quite up to the job. And the battery dies in 30 minutes, and it ain't up to the job. But that's what I got. So that also has fed into why a lot of my music now is just a little bit in the morning, an hour and a half in the morning, playing the acoustics on the porch, because I don't really have a fabulous way to use the musician and amplifiers. Like if I use the musician on my laptop, it plays at a completely different speed than it's supposed to. Like, they don't sync up correctly. And so that's kind of a pain in the ass, And I'm pretty sure, because I played these songs 150,000 times, I know I'm playing at the correct speed. But that's not what the computer screen is telling me. And I've tried it. Had the phone and the computer and play both queued up to play the same song, and play one and watch it and then start play on the other and compare the speeds, and it's completely different. So it's a pain in the ass to play it on the computer. And you know what? I'm old, man. I'm on the short side of 50, and so it's harder to see the telephone from 4 feet away when you're standing up and back away from it. And, to be able to play through the amplifiers and hook the phone up to the amplifier, Bluetooth the phone to the amplifier. So that too has impacted my musician learning. I did spend a fair bit of time this week with both a guitar and a bass, more with a guitar, just sitting in a chair and strum this, strum that, change chord here, change chord there, and just jacking around. Just messing around, noodling, as one would say in some situations. Not the crazy kind of noodling, where you take your hand and you stuff it up in the hole in the side of a pond or a creek or something and hope you come out with a catfish, not a big goddamn alligator snapper or something that's taking a finger or three. So anyhow, yeah, just kind of that. I bet I spent an hour of time this week just doing that. I don't necessarily count that as practice time in terms of, the 2 or 3 hours I was thinking earlier. I don't really count that part as practice because I'm not really playing anything. I'm just kind of, trying to get my hands used to moving around, do the spider exercise a bunch of times, that sort of thing. But yeah, just kind of picking around. And, I'm sure that's helpful to some degree to kind of do that. It helps you to remember and learn where to move around on the fretboard, what parts of the fretboard will match together. If I'm playing in the 12 and 14 area of the neck, where can I go to get a sound that's similar, or that'll match in pitch and and whatever that matches, that works. What's the next logical progression in that sound chain, or whatever you want to call it. So like I said, I don't count that, but I bet I did that for an hour this week with the guitar, and probably 20 or 30 minutes with the bass. I really have a couple things with the bass, especially with that acoustic. I haven't tried it much with the Schecter, and now that I'm kind of thinking about it, I'll try to remind myself to do that tomorrow. But I've been working on a couple of things with the bass, as I had said before in another video, kind of based on some Aram Bedrosian stuff, real high on the neck, in the 14, 16, 18 fret area. And the Schecter, it's 24 frets, so you definitely have the room. The acoustic, you can still get in there and get it because the acoustic's a cutaway, and so you can still get in there and get those higher frets, the 18. But I got something I'm kind of working on with that, just trying to put it together and make it sound and flow nicer through that section, for that voicing, that phrase or a couple of phrases. But I'm having trouble from there. Where do I go to get something I can kind of flow into for a transition before I come back to that higher end? Where's the middle of the road? So that's kind of something I've been working on with the bass, in terms of trying to just not necessarily teach myself anything, as much as improvise and create something out of improvisation. It's not necessarily teaching myself anything, but finding, stumbling upon, this works, this sounds great, this is what I want to do. And so I've got one, maybe 2 or 3 phrases that I kind of like I said, up in that higher end, in the 14, 16, 18 fret area. And it sounds pretty cool. I just don't know where to move from there. I need to maybe listen to some more bass-only music. There's a couple guys out there, Dimitri, I don't know what his last name, Levinko, I don't know, man. Dimitri something or another. He's on YouTube, man. He's all around. Plays a lot of acoustic bass. Guy's insane. Guy's just incredible, man. I mean, just incredible. Anyhow, he's got some cool stuff. I might want to maybe that's what I need to do in order to move myself forward on that front, is listen to more bass only music. And I don't mean like 808 bass, like playing a bass, 4-string bass, because I don't have a 5 or 6, so it doesn't seem logical to me to listen to that. I should probably be listening to 4 and 5-string bass, or 4-string bass stuff. So, I'm gonna, it seems like focus is ramping up a little, in a lot of areas, out music and musically and non-musically. I think that's, doesn't matter who you are, that's hard to deny right now, and for the last couple of weeks, that there's something going on. Get into that later tonight on the other channel. If you do know about that other channel at all, I'll be putting another video up there tonight. This channel is not for that. This channel won't be used for that. We're not doing that here. This is about music. Anyway, but that whole sense, that's crossing over into my music. Being a little more focused, a little more driven, a little more interested in accomplishing something. More creation, more, more growth in skill level, more growth in reaching people, more growth in the footprint of my channels, and bringing people to music, getting people to come around and check out some music. And that's the point of the channel. I say it every single episode because it matters that much to me. I mean, if you guys have watched more than one of my videos, you've probably noticed I say it every single episode. Bringing people here to learn about music, to teach other people music, that teach me something I don't know, so that I can pass it on to other people, or you can come on and maybe I can figure out how to split this screen and get somebody on here that wants to help us out and wants to show some other folks something, do a little teaching, and just talking about music and how well music and life mix up together. That's the whole point of the channel. Showing people that there is some sort of a joy, there is some sort of fulfillment, there is some sort of sense of accomplishment with music. And it's helpful, in almost every aspect of your life. As dumb as it sounds, counting and mathematics can improve by learning music, man, and knowing how to count the beat and know how many beats to a measure and so on and so forth. But again, just the joy of playing a song, and as you play it, you can just kind of feel whatever bullshit walk away for a minute, even if it's just for the 3 minutes it takes you to play that song. But playing that song pulls the bullshit away, makes the whole world a little bit gooder for even just a scant few minutes. And that's the point of the channel, to bring that to people and show folks that even if you're old, learning music ain't a bad idea, because there's so much good shit that you can drag up out of it. And so, yep, yeah, that's that's the whole point of the channel. I will continue to say that every single episode. I'm not going to let that one slide, because that is the point, So, we're going to hopefully spread out. I'm going to try to figure out how to get into a couple other places and spread the word a little bit in some other spots. I'm definitely going to try to change the lighting before we do the next show, because I didn't really think this one through, and I got a giant light that's right behind the camera. That's why I'm not looking at the camera so much tonight. Didn't think it through, Stoner. And I got a light behind a camera that I'm looking at, and it's giving me one hell of a headache. To kind of keep looking at the camera. Should have swung that one back a little, maybe down. I'll work on that before the next show, But hey, I mean, you know how it is here. We strive to bring you the best. Yes, indeed. See, round 2 of the chicken tacos coming out, so they're happy. But we are highly professional here, and we provide an amazing service to our huge viewership. At this point, it looks like I got 3 people that aren't me watching the show tonight. That's fantastic. Thanks, guys, for coming by. Any of the 3 of you that are out there watching the show, throw something in the comments, man. Say hello. Let's hear it. And, according to several people that watch some of my videos on my other channels, you have plenty of shit that's bad that you can say to me, and it's not going to hurt. It's not going to bother my feelings. I couldn't care less. You want to talk shit? Go ahead and talk shit. In the end, it's engagement, and it helps only me. So, whatever. Yeah. The internet is a crazy place, man. I mean, you put up a video that is not just about music. You put up a video somewhere else on a different channel that has to do with anything halfway politically based, and, the comment section is full of, your fucking teeth are terrible, as though I didn't know, right? As though I haven't watched these teeth move around in my head for the last 30 fucking years, okay? Like, you're telling me something new? I don't have jobs that come with goddamn dental insurance and stuff, so what? And I'm sorry, partner, we're having a political argument, and a personal attack is what you're going to come back with? I mean, anyway, that's not for this channel. That's for the other channel. There is another channel. I don't need to bring it up. There is another channel. If you really want to find it, ask me. I'll point you the way. Anyways, so this week, in terms of practice, in terms of what are we focusing on, where we're going to try to get, what is going to be more important this week. Like I said, I really think the breakthroughs, the kind of semi-breakthroughs I made today with the MIDI, I hope I can carry for a few more days, and get into something, man, and get actually something recorded and put down that is mine, even if it's junk. but it's mine and it's my first creation, and it'll let me build on it, and move forward from there. So that's going to be a thing this week, and I'm going to work hard and practice and practice and practice and practice on the Monty Python, both guitar and bass. I really like to have those recorded by next Friday's show. That's I know I kind of talked about maybe having something this week, and that didn't happen in terms of a recording to give you guys tonight or tomorrow morning. So that's going to be a thing this week. I'd really like to get some stuff recorded, to get out in some other places, get some stuff out on TikTok. Somehow I have fallen into this. If you guys are TikTokers, any of you, I have fallen into the Red X TikTok thing. So I'm going to try to get the channel out to a lot of those folks and see if we can get them over here, or figure out how to get this show onto TikTok. Maybe YouTube's just done. Perhaps YouTube is the end of the line, is at the end of its line. I don't know. Maybe I need to focus more on the TikTok channel. That seems to be going crazy right now. That seems to be a pretty busy place. I don't know that this show would work over there. In the end, I'd like to stay in as many places as I can. If I can get the YouTube, the Rumble, the Twitch, and TikTok to go all at once, if I can figure out how to get Instagram mixed up in there and have all 5 of them at the same time, that's what I would really like to do, to be able to stream to all 5 of those places at once. Just bam, one camera, one set of lights, one microphone, 5 channels. Would be super cool. That's the ultimate goal, to figure that one out. But so yeah, I want to get some stuff recorded this week, even if it's just audio or audio and video, whatever. I want to get some stuff recorded this week and get it spread out on that TikTok channel, and to try to draw people over to this channel, or the Rumble, the Rumble channel and the YouTube channel. So that's going to be big. That's big this week, and again, the MIDI is going to be big. I really want to get something to come together. So anyways, we're a half hour in. I'm pretty much my only viewer. Got a couple of people watching. I want to get some stuff recorded. I want to get some new videos up on the channel and get some of those videos spread out to other social media spots, and try to grow the channel. Like I say, to bring the love to more people, the joy of music to more people. Like Bob Ross, kind of, I don't have the hair. I couldn't pull the hair off that old Bob had. Just sorry, can't do that one. But in the same vein, that's the whole point. The same thing. Come on, check it out. So anyways, I'm going to shut her down for now. Who knows? Maybe we'll pop back on later. We did only do a half hour tonight, but I don't, there's nobody in the chat, nobody driving the conversation in the chat, and how much can I really talk about practicing the guitar without really having one in my hand, and that, and I'm certainly not a teacher. I would need, I'm all for that, learning on camera in front of you guys. If I can figure out how to get a teacher also on a video call or something like that, and have that all worked out, I think that'd be pretty cool. Do a video lesson on the show. So maybe, if you guys are out there and know somebody who could do that, let me, get them in touch with me. Anyways, all right, guys. Yeah, go do something else. I'm certainly, there's far better stuff to do than hang around here and watch me try to, stay on camera for a while and try to keep the algorithm happy that I'm running, closer to hour-long shows every week. I will say I think I am going to right now stick to the Tuesday, Friday, Sunday schedule. So we're probably not going to do a Monday and a Wednesday show. We're probably just going to do a Tuesday show and a Friday show, and then the Sunday morning Life and Music. Sunday mornings will stay Life and Music, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. That's going to remain Life and Music. Life and Music will be a 9 a.m. Sunday show. Maybe I move it to 10 or something like that. Give people a chance to get out of their morning stuff. Church visitors and whatnot. I kind of think that maybe the show is more geared for people that don't go to church but still want something to do on Sunday morning that's spiritual and self-reflective kind of a thing. So Sunday mornings is going to remain Life and Music. But I'm pretty sure that I will roll back and just start doing a Tuesday night show and a Friday night show. If we get people watching and we get people interested, if there's enough viewership and enough interest and drive, I'll do a show every night of the week. I don't care, but right now, at this point, given the viewership and the quality of the shows and my ability to continually create something, think of new shit to talk about and do without having any sort of input, drive in the conversations, then 2 nights a week may just be enough. And Monday, Friday seems kind of silly, so probably do like a Tuesday, Friday. That's what I'm thinking right now. And yeah. So, all right, guys. You know what? I really do appreciate you guys coming by and checking out the channel. For those of you that do watch the show, come by, check it out after we're on. If you don't, click on the live tab and come give us a watch. You go to Rumble. All of my videos are on Rumble that I have up. They're all on the same page. I'm going to try to figure out that Rumble a little better and actually get a quote-unquote channel started over there instead of just like my personal High Desert Music channel page. So, yeah, we'll get that stuff. I'm going to keep working on all those things. And trying to move forward with getting the TikTok videos live and getting all that. So anyways, guys, I really do appreciate you coming by. Anybody that stops to see the show, thank you so much for checking us out here at High Desert Music Channel. The whole purpose of this channel is to learn music, maybe find some folks to help me, teach me and others music. Learn it, teach it, talk about it, and soak in the fan-fucking-tastic stuff that music offers, and take part in creation, take part in something beautiful and fantastic that will never cease to give you something positive. I can't imagine music ever ceasing to add joy and fulfillment and positivity to my world. And I'm sure if you guys started to play a little bit, if you already do play, you know it. I think you know it. If you don't play and you're just watching the show, maybe thinking about playing, pick it up and play it. Because I cannot find anything but positivity and good stuff that comes out of playing music. Yeah, happy heart, happy mind, all that kind of thing. So, anyways, I really appreciate it, guys. And again, in order to keep the end of the videos from getting cut off, because they have been lately, and I kind of figured out how that's working out, I'm going to walk away, leave you guys with the screen behind me for a while. I really appreciate you coming by and checking out the show. I thank you so much for spending any amount of time that you spend with me. It means a lot to me to have some thought that maybe I'm helping somebody, because that's all I'm really interested in, helping folks out. I just want to help people out and help other folks improve their lives just a touch. That's the point of the channel. That's the point of these shows. Thank you so much for any time that you do spend with us. Like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are hugely important. We are on YouTube. We're on Rumble. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. All of those places. High Desert Music Channel. We're on Twitch. Again, thank you guys so very much for coming by and checking us out. Thank you, sir. You're a new guy. Thanks for watching the show and leaving a comment. That's awesome. Love it. Not sure who you are, but thank you so much for coming by and checking us out. That's the point, man. The whole point of this channel is for people to come by and say hello, and maybe while they're here, pick up on something cool that they didn't know. Maybe 35 seconds here convinces somebody to go get that guitar out of the closet and try to play it after 20 years, 30 years, whatever. Music will never cease to give you positive, good things. So for those of you guys out there that don't play yet, come give it a try. That's how I got here. I just decided I wanted to try. That I wasn't gonna let this one slide by. Let me tell you what. There's enough of life that I'm not gonna do. Right? There's enough of normal, standard, adult American life that I will not do. All right? I'm 49 years old. The chances of me buying a home, especially now, are zero. Right? Why would I, at this point in my life, at 50 years old, the chances of me paying off a mortgage are slim to none. But home ownership is something I'm never going to understand. A 40-year marriage, don't have the time left. Not going to figure that one out. The lifelong career, not going to figure that one out either. Those things aren't cut out in my life. And you know what? I decided that playing a guitar was not going to be on that list. I was going to remove that from the list. That's how I ended up here doing this channel. That's how I have come across this unyielding desire to help people learn music, man, and gain some enjoyment, some love, some fulfillment in their life, some growth in their brains, in their world, and that they can then spread that on to other folks, man. So again, that's the point of our channel here. Spread it around, pass it around, let everybody you know. Share the show with anybody you can think of that might be interested in cool stuff. Happy times and big smiles, right? So, all right, guys, thank you so much for coming by and checking us out. High Desert Music Channel. We're YouTube, Rumble, Stitch, TikTok, Instagram, High Desert Music Channel. I'm out there. Come check me out. Engage here, there, everywhere. Let us know you're watching. Let me know you're watching. Let me know what you want to see on the show. And thank you so much for coming by to check us out. It's hugely... Right now, Rumble says I got 4 people. That's the biggest that number's ever been. So to you 3 other folks that aren't me watching on Rumble, thank you very much for stopping on the channel, even just for a minute, man. I'm sure that can't do anything but help us out. And this channel is all about helping people out. This channel is all about bringing people smiles, teaching people how to play music, watching people learn, understanding that nobody learns at the same speed, and nobody on this channel is going to talk shit to you because you can or can't do this or that. It's not what this is. This is good time. Have some fun. Expand your noodle. Learn something good. So thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. We're going to come back Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, Life and Music. For those of you guys watching that don't know, the Life and Music show is kind of the same, but a little deeper. There is a point to that show. I do have outlines written for that show. I have something to follow, and I have a purpose and an idea in mind. Those don't ramble for nearly as long. Those are 15, 20-minute episodes. Come check us out Sunday morning, 9 o'clock Mountain Time, right here. YouTube, Rumble, Stitch. I'll figure out how to get that show up on the others. So thank you so very much for coming by tonight. I really, truly appreciate all the viewers. The Rumble crowd is just there, man. I don't know where you guys on Rumble are coming from, but that's awesome. I'm so glad to see that number jumping up, and I'm so glad to see the people on Rumble maybe finding out that we're here. It's not like my following on YouTube is huge, right? I've got like 65 subscribers on YouTube. So, you know what? Honestly, to have 5 people pop up as watching at once on Rumble is huge to me. It's 4. You know, right now it says 4. That means there's 3 people on Rumble who aren't me watching the show, and that is the coolest thing ever. So to you guys, I thank you so much. All right. You know what? I smoke like the chimney on a coal-fired power plant, and it's been 48 minutes since this stack had something to say. So, guys, thank you. Love you all. Love the fact that you guys are maybe coming around and finding us, that maybe you can spread this channel around to some other music lovers in your life. Thanks for coming by. I truly appreciate all of the viewers. Let us know. Like, comment, subscribe, share. All that stuff helps us out on all of the platforms. Everywhere you can find us, High Desert Music Channel. Thanks, guys. I'm going to take off and let you guys check out the screen again, like I said, so I don't get the videos cut off and you get the full video later. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening, man. Really appreciate you coming by. Well, there's still viewers. So, you guys want me to keep going? You want me to stay on for a while? I got nothing else to do. I can stay on for a while. But now they're dropping like flies. Everybody's going away. That's all right. It's, show's pretty much over. Yeah, with the 30-second delay and all that. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to shut her down. So thanks for popping in, guys. I really do appreciate it. And, we'll catch up to you Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Life and music. So, take care. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things to say. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Take care of your friends.